In pursuit of his gold designation in Toastmasters, Denny is to present workshops from the Successful Leadership Series. For his first presentation today, Denny has chosen how to conduct a productive meeting. This presentation is designed to help you develop your creative thinking abilities and is flexible due to your active participation. Here is Denny Ward.
Meetings are a vital communication tool. When we have at this meeting, we are communicating ideas. And you leave this meeting, you usually leave with something that you didn't know before you walked in. Meetings are very important in learning something new every day. And I'm going to have you, I'm going to come up with a problem. And the problem is this club membership goes up and it goes down. Goes up and it goes down. What I want to resolve at this meeting is, how do we keep it consistent? The same number week after week after week. Maybe even grow a little bit. It wouldn't hurt to grow a little bit. So the problem at this meeting is, how do we keep the numbers consistent and grow? And each of you are going to participate. Scott, what is your take on how we could solve this problem?
You are very welcoming when new guests arrive to the meeting, but I don't know if there is a great follow-up on the guests that come here. So once you've drawn people to the meeting, how do you entice them to come back on a consistent basis, join the group, and then attend on a weekly basis? As a new member, I haven't necessarily seen that aspect yet, but it may help get people here on a more regular basis if there was something in place to be able to perform that function.
Good point. Gary, what do you think?
I think some of the things that we're doing now, such as Meetup, are very good. We have seen somewhat of a growth as a result of that. I also parrot some of the things that Scott said in following up with people. I don't know that that happens behind the scenes, but that would be a good way. And we're all ambassadors of the club, so as we're out doing our normal daily functions, it could be a good idea to have other people invite them to the club, things such as that. And from what I found, most people don't like public speaking. A few of us do. And to be in situations where people are public speaking, or you know that people have a fear of public speaking, tell them about Toastmasters.
Good point. Good point. Now,
Yes.
what do you think? How do you think we can maintain the numbers and grow the club?
I appreciate you asking. If I may make a recommendation, it would be to say each person comes here with their own desire for development and for learning. And I think maybe investing some time from one of the more senior or alum members, if I may call them that, to find out what that is. Maybe it's work development, maybe it's language development, presentation skills as it applies to what they need for skills at home or at work. I think those are the things that we find out what the personal interests and agenda might be, that might help to drive a more consistent long-term membership as well.
That's very good. Do you believe that time, starting on time, ending on time, has anything to do with membership? Annette?
I do, actually. In our workday worlds, we are all kept to certain time restraints. So I believe that a mixture in our membership of people that are working and not working, those of us who may not be working may have other commitments after this meeting, and therefore we need to schedule appropriately. So I do believe that starting on time and ending on time is very appropriate, and it's very respectful of our members. And as part of what Nell was saying, making sure that each individual person's goals are recognized and maybe we help develop those, I believe keeping on time is part of meeting that person's goals so that they can get in and out and get on with their day.
Very good. Very good. Right now, the people in this room, do you think that we have resolved any issues at this meeting? What is your take?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, what is your take on what we discussed so far?
What is my take?
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. You know, I'm trying to hear what your ideas are. I mean, you've heard people speaking here this morning. I want to hear what you think.
Maybe in the next meetings we have together, like the officers may come with a strategy how to keep those points that you and the other members established today. So maybe a plan of how to maintain all those points or how to get there, maybe a strategy on it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Resolve is a very big word. That means it's fixed. So I think what we're doing is brainstorming, coming up with ideas, but like she said, there needs to be a plan to implement it, make it happen. So it's not resolved, but it's started to be planned and resolved.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Very good. You must have been a manager.
Yeah, it's Brent, by the way.
There you are.
Randy Dingy.
There you go. There you go. But Jeremy, I know you want to talk. I want you got the floor.
Just briefly, I wanted to mention that one of the things you talked about was retaining membership, and I do think a big part of that can help for certain segments of our membership would be to really increase the productivity of our mentorship program.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good mentorship program in that we assign mentors, but we're not doing a good job of telling those mentors what we want them to do. It's just sort of loosey-goosey. You are the mentor, please help this person. And I think I'm going to take on our mentorship chair starting next term, or effectively right now really, so that I'm going to set up a program to help people understand, to keep people involved in the club and feeling good and assuage their fears about what's happening. We want them to really engage with their mentees. Now, if the mentees are feeling overwhelmed by the mentor, that's not good either, but we certainly want to develop a good balance of the mentor, I think, to be a lot more proactive with their mentee going forward, and that includes me as a mentor. I haven't been as proactive as I need to be, and I think that's because we need a program.
Dario, what do you think?
Wow.
Because you're fresh right out of the chute there, and I want to hear what you think. Oh, because this is the first time you've been at this meeting.
It's interesting because I think that this kind of tools you can use for yourself, and I think that when you see this kind of organization and you can see the people that who needs to development in is important. I think that for instance in my case, I would like to speak English, but well, because I know that when I talk, and other people say, well, you don't know about how I speak English. And it's important for me, for my career. I have a small business, and you know, you need like, the word for me is development. And I think that is important. Toastmaster give for you the tools for growth. This is my opinion.
Very good. Laura, we haven't heard from you. What are your ideas?
And I was hoping you wouldn't have to hear from me.
Well, if you don't want to say anything, I understand. I caught you flat-footed.
No, I found visiting for the very first time, it's an interesting topic, growing members. I like the idea of the mentor program, implementing that and developing that, and I would look forward to working with a mentor if I was going to continue being a member of Toastmasters, to kind of guide you and lead you and work with you. So I really appreciated that aspect of the conversation today.
Okay, very good. Michelle?
The Toastmaster Club mission states, the mission of a Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. We are one of the fortunate clubs that embrace this mission. Every guest, no pressure for the three of you, but normally at the end of the meeting, we'll hear our guests, wow, this is a very nurturing club. We hear the same words over and over again. And that is a way for us to attract members. It's unfortunate sometimes when members, their schedule changes, their life changes, their work changes, and they're not able to continue with this. We may never find a solution to this, but what we can do is continue to provide that nurturing and supportive environment. And that we have.
Here, here.
Thank you, Denny.
Okay. On that note, we're going to start wrapping it up because the yellow light is on, and pretty soon, you know what that means? I get the hook. And once I get the hook, that means sit down and shut up. So I'm going to feng shui everything, clear the table for the next speaker. And on that note, Madam Toastmaster, it's yours.